Hi everyone, it's Alexis from Sin City Swatches. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a swatch comparison video of these three polishes here. We have China Glaze Don't Let the Dead Bite, Moonshine Manny's Drop Dead Gorgeous, and Sally Hansen's Peach from the Jelly Belly line. So this obviously came out first. This is Don't Let the Dead Bite. It's my favorite Halloween polish of all time. It's meant to look like blood splattered on flesh. It's going to have this pinky nude base with red metallic hex glitters of different sizes and also some very small bar glitters as well. This was released in the Halloween collection in, I believe, 2014. This was a really popular polish, and then Phoebe Moon recently duped it with her brand Dupe Moonshine Manny. This is Drop Dead Gorgeous, and I believe if you don't order polishes online or anything and you still want the same look, this polish by Sally Hansen will have a similar effect to the others. So I'm going to show you these. Now you're going to see a few problems with this China Glaze polish. Now originally the formula was fantastic, however, as it's aged, as it is several years old, you'll notice that the base color has definitely turned more pink. This, like I mentioned, this was originally a flesh-colored polish, but the metallic red glitters that China Glaze used have bled into the base over time, thus making it a lot pinker. So it's definitely changed since then, and for that reason I actually much prefer the Moonshine Manny version that was just released. This came out on April 10th, so just very recently in her Project Dupes collection, and I just love it. I love it more than the original because I think it's what the original was supposed to be. Now, I didn't buy the original when it came out. It was a lemming for me, and I purchased it online, and so I don't actually know for certain what the base color is supposed to be. Phoebe Moon actually mentioned that in her video when she launched the polish, that she doesn't really have the original to compare it to because it has changed colors since then. We know it wasn't the color it started out with, but we don't have that polish to compare to anymore. So in the middle here we have the first coat of China Glaze Don't Let the Dead Bite, then we have Moonshine Manny's Drop Dead Gorgeous, and over here Sally Hansen Peach. Now, Peach is going to be a much more peachy orange shade than the others, so like I said, not quite the same. It doesn't really have that flesh tone that I'm looking for in these sorts of polishes, but it is a really nice alternative. Now I'm working in very thin coats, so these should pretty much be dry. If they're not, it's not a huge deal because I'll be taking these right off. I did put a peel-off base coat on under these polishes because they have such large glitters in them. I personally don't want to deal with the cleanup from that. I would recommend using a peel-off base coat with these polishes, but of course that's really up to you. I just don't really like scrubbing my nails with acetone when I can avoid it. So we're going in for the second coat. Another kind of creative license that Phoebe Moon used is she changed the shape of some of these glitters. Now it does still have the hex glitters, small, medium, but she also added some square glitters in here, and these are more of a ruby glitter and more holographic almost, I would say. I don't think they are holographic, but they are definitely a lot more sparkly than these, and I don't know if that's from the color bleeding out into the base over time or if they're just a completely different glitter, but you'll notice that when you look at this polish. Now she did say that the glitters that she used in her version will not bleed into the polish like the China Glaze glitters did. They're glitters that she's used before, and she's confident that they will not bleed. So what you see in the bottle should be what you get years to come. So that's the second coat of these two polishes. You'll see that the color is definitely building up. Moonshine Manny is staying more flesh colored. China Glaze is definitely starting to get a little pink, and Peach is starting to get a little more peachy orange. Now I always do 3 coats with all of these polishes. I think 2 coats would be ideal just because especially with China Glaze, it starts to, the color with the pink base and the red glitters, it starts to get kind of overwhelmingly pink. You start to lose that blood splatter effect, which is another reason I love Moonshine Manis so much. And the China Glaze one, although it was a favorite of mine for a very long time, it's starting to slip down the ranks ever since I purchased this one. I think they're all really nice formulas. In fact, I've had some problems with the Sally Hansen Jelly Belly formulas, especially the Crellies, but this one is actually really nice. It's not thick and gloopy like some of the others that I've encountered have been. That birthday cake polish really was not an ideal formula for me. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the third coat. China Glaze Don't Let the Dead Bite is overwhelmingly pink now. Still a very pretty polish. It's still has that goriness that I like, but again, it is very saturated now. You'll see when I finish that third coat of Moonshine Mani, the base really doesn't take over at all. She used like a sheer nudie base, which I think lends itself really well to the type of polish that this is. For it to be evoking blood-splattered flesh, I think she did a really fantastic job. So that's 3 coats of Moonshine Manis. I also have full swatch photos of these 3 polishes on my Instagram at Sin City Swatches. If you'd like to go check those out, you'll get to see them in natural lighting, again at 3 coats, side by side as well. So if you'd like to do that, those are up on there. So again, you'll see these are very different polishes, but the effects are all the same. I'm personally partial to Moonshine Mani's polish. Let's see, I'm trying to adjust this here. I'm partial to Moonshine Mani's polish because I do think that it's more true to what the polish is meant to be. Oh yeah, you can see it a little better there. So the Moonshine Mani remained flesh colored, almost like a mannequin hands kind of polish. China Glaze here is definitely overwhelmingly red now, and then the Jelly Belly Peach is more peachy orange, but it still has that kind of splattered effect. So these are the side-by-sides of these 3 polishes. I will link below the 2 that are currently available, and I know China Glaze Don't Let the Dead Bite has been available on eBay, and I think Trans Design maybe has had this recently, maybe HB Beauty Bar. I'll try to find it and link it down below. Otherwise, that's the video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it'll be especially helpful come Halloween time, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.